Hi, my name is Andy Klemenko, and I wanted to give you guys a quick demo of deploying Rancher on Google Compute Engine with Sysdig and Loggly doing both metrics and logging. Um, let's get started. So a little background on me. I'm a longtime geek. You can reach me at Klemenko at Gmail or on Twitter at a Klemenko. So what I've done here is I've run my script, which is built for Google Compute VMs. The first one being Rancher and the three Rancher server, and the three being Rancher nodes. It's gone and deployed Loggly Logspout container. It's deployed a Sysdig container, and then it deployed Rancher on top of that. So let's actually go ahead and pull the log in. And let me give you this little background on Rancher. Rancher basically is a Docker orchestration framework that allows you to connect multiple nodes together. It provides a couple really cool things. It allows you to have a unified IPsec network overlay, so I can have containers on one host talking to containers on another host across a secure tunnel. Think of the usefulness of that when you start talking hybrid clouds, hardware and virtual, bare metal and virtual, or multiple virtuals. You could definitely expand out capacity into different areas. What Rancher likes calling a set of applications as a stack. So I can deploy multiple stacks. In fact, let's go ahead and actually deploy a demo stack I have. I'm using Rancher Compose for that. So while that stack's coming up, a couple of the cool things that Rancher's done is provided a catalog. So these are kind of quick and easy templates to use to deploy everything from Jenkins to Hadoop and Yarn to Kibana if you wanted to build out a quick Elk stack. They even have their Sysdig Cloud. I'm doing it with my predefined token, but you could definitely go through the Sysdig Cloud template. Let's look at infrastructure. So as these are loading, it's loading a Redis first and a bunch of other containers. A couple things you can do is you can actually click on a host and drill down and get some metrics from this. So while this is kind of nice, it doesn't quite give you the aggregate, right? I want to see the entire aggregate for all of my cluster. For that, that's where Sysdig comes in. And here are my 4 nodes for Sysdig. The nice thing about this is now I can kind of see in real time an aggregate. I've even got a dashboard set up. Flip over to the dashboard, where I've got host, I've got file I/O, I've even got network. Obviously, you can create your own dashboards. On top of this, you can do alerting. So this is metrics and monitoring kind of all wrapped up into one. Loggly will provide you the log aggregation. So what's great about Rancher is you can get the statistics and the metrics for an individual node or container. But then you would use Sysdig Cloud for the aggregates, and the same thing with Loggly. Again, you really want to look at managing things at a cluster scale, or even going further up as like I want to manage a data center, which is kind of cool. So now that I've got a couple of these up, let's go ahead and let's look at the logs. So right now I'm logged into the Rancher server's web GUI. It's connecting to one of the nodes, and it's bringing back the logs from within the container. Kind of cool for administrative purposes and troubleshooting. I can even execute a shell if I wanted to go in there. Here is and there's my Redis server running inside the container. I think that's pretty powerful. Now that Loggly is up, so we've got our logs. You can see some of the logs starting to kick out. And we've got our app. So what I've done with my app is, I'll go show you the stack just kind of as a gee whiz. So we'll go to Graph View. So I've got right now 3 load balancers. I've got my app version 1 with 4 containers, my app version 2 with 4 containers, and my Redis as my backend data store. So let's go to infrastructure and get an IP. So Redis is doing the backend hit counter, and you notice that the server name changes. A couple of cool things you can do is if I wanted to, I can go into the applications, I can go into the load balancer stack and go up here. I can edit it. So if I wanted to, I could sit here and add another server. So this would be a good way to either do canary testing or a true A/B testing. Go ahead and hit save. Infrastructure view. So the load balancer should already been reloaded with its configs. And I would expect every fourth. And there we go. There's our new version. So each time it talks, it's talking to a different container on a different physical node. So as you can see, we're kind of flipping around. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and do, let's multi-tenant. Let's add another app to this. So I've been working with Apache NiFi recently. Let's do a Rancher Compose up-d. So Rancher Compose uses a different set of ports, and it uses the host networking versus the overlay networking. It has to do with how the NiFi talks to each other. The nodes checking to the master. Now we're going to use the same IP, but we're going to add in NiFi. This will take the sec to start up. So it's actually doing a Docker run and pulling from hub.docker.com. Just be another sec. Let's go ahead and, that's still loading the containers. There we go. Let's go ahead and view the logs. Again, this is really handy for troubleshooting from an operational standpoint of view. Now we see that it's loaded. Try again. Come on, Java. There we go. And there it is. There's our Apache NiFi. All running on the same physical virtual nodes, right? But now we've got our different application stacks, and I can even go and look at just the stack view. Let's view their stack view. And it just shows all my individual apps. Go to the fully deployed stack view. A couple of things you can do. Like I said, you can go with metrics on the host, but I can show you metrics on the container itself. And this uses cAdvisor in the background, but it's kind of nice, but having that aggregate with Sysdig, I think is just an added benefit. I hope you guys like what you see. Peace.